Peace and riches, blessings, family, back again. Always good to connect. What's on the heart for today? On the heart for today, actually, is about opening your heart, right? Opening your heart space. And oftentimes I realize that we have to remember how to open our heart, which is our natural state, right? It's a little backwards. We came into this planet with open hearts, but maybe through time, through experiences, we've closed ourselves off and forgot what it's like to move around with an open heart that is receptive to the divine frequencies and attributes of who we truly are, right? To be able to give those frequencies to others, but also to give ourselves that love, those frequencies, those attributes of God, the love, the joy, the peace, the beauty, the wisdom, the order, the intelligence, all of those things that flow from our heart as a result of our heart being open so that we can give them and receive them freely. So going back, so what are the practices that we can utilize to open our heart? And then for me, one of the practices that I use is gratitude and acknowledgement, right? So sitting down in my journal and writing down things that I'm grateful for, right? And it don't have to be anything luxurious or crazy. It could be something simple as like a glass of water, drinking glass of water, or being able to just breathe, right? Especially right now with everything going on with COVID, understanding that it's a blessing that we can just take a deep breath. And if that ain't where you are right now, there's something else that we can be grateful for, right? There are always things. If so long as we got air in our lungs, so long as our heart is beating, we got something to be grateful for. And so by expressing that gratitude, writing it down, that opens up the heart space, and it expands the field, the infinite field. And when I'm saying the infinite field, I'm using that synonymous as the presence of God. It makes us more ripe to that presence of God so that we can continue to experience gratitude, and more things will continue to show up in our lives to be grateful for. So gratitude is one aspect of it, and acknowledgement is the other aspect of it. Acknowledging that we had prayers before, things that we wanted to manifest or things that we wanted to transmute or transform into that happened in our life. But we didn't acknowledge the fact that it happened. We just prayed for it and we received it and moved on to the next request, right? At the same time, we need to go back and acknowledge ourselves for the things that we've accomplished, for the things that we've achieved. That, once again, that's wind in your sail. You got to give yourself credit. And that allows you to look back and say, you know what? I'm not the same person that I used to be, that I've grown. And you recognize that. So when you couple gratitude with acknowledgement, you're expanding the field and you're recognizing the growth and transformation in your life. That's huge. It's huge. And it shows you the impact of having an open heart and keeping yourself available. Now, another technique that you can use to help open your heart space is also being out in nature, communing with nature. Nature is an absolute beautiful reflection, as we are, of the presence of God. Everything is in nature. Abundance is in nature. Love is in nature. Beauty is in nature. And sitting in that vibration allows you to open up your heart and see it, right? Sometimes we're in these city structures or, inside of a building where we're disconnected from the beautiful presence that is in the very moment that we are in, right? So sitting in nature and just recognizing that opens your heart space. Just take some time. I mean, it could be 20 minutes. Take time. Go outside. Take your shoes off, right? And I know that could be a little thing for some people because maybe some toes ain't right, right? If your feet game looking crazy, you might be a little apprehensive, but don't worry about that. There's no judgment. Ain't no judgment about your feet game. It is what it is, right? Take your shoes off. Take your socks off. Ground yourself in the grass and just be one with that. There are some negative electrons that need to, continue to balance us out, ground us, and you're going to feel great. You're going to feel excellent. Trust and believe. So take your shoes off. Get out in nature and allow that energy to just kind of to balance you out, to ground you and open up that heart space. Another practice, and this is one I love to do. I always say that if I could bottle up the way I feel when I'm doing this and just give it to the world, I think we would have such a joyful and blissful place. And that is taking my shoes off, out in nature, and dancing like nobody's watching. Now that may be a little bit extreme for some folks, right? Because you may have some judgment about that, or may not be willing to go that far. But for me, I can tell you that gives me such peace and joy and exuberance, because I'm in a space where, one, I'm not judging myself. Two, I don't care about the judgments of other people. And three, I'm so locked in the present moment that all I feel is the love that's in my heart and the beat to whatever I'm dancing to. And it's so freeing. If ever you need to feel free and creative and expressive and grounded and open-hearted, go outside, take your shoes off, get in nature, and dance your dance like nobody's watching. It ain't none of their business anyway, right? It's you. It's all about you and you uniquely expressing and creating who you are like no one else on this planet can. So do yourself a favor. The best ability is availability. So make yourself available by opening your heart up, getting out there, be grateful, acknowledge yourself, chill out in nature for a little bit. Take your shoes off despite your feet game may be beat. Who cares? There's no judgment. And dance. Don't forget to dance. Dance your dance. Life is the dance, and you are the dancer? Or you are the dancer and life is the dance? Who knows? That's Eckhart Tolle. Look him up. The Power of Now. He's got a beautiful book. But do it. Just get outside. Dance. Be grateful. And enjoy yourself. Open up your heart. That's who we truly are. Walking around with a closed heart, that's like the sun forgetting how to shine, or a bird forgetting how to fly, or a flower forgetting how to bloom. It's not our true nature. It's not who we are. Keep your heart open. Life is good, and it's always working for you. And like we always say, family, if it ain't all good, it ain't all done. Ashe.